Hello, this is a quick intro to the very first actual play live stream on my Twitch channel. So we did a character creation for Candela Obscura, which we're playing later on Sunday the 18th of August. The reason I say that is because hopefully this video will go up on my YouTube channel before that stream. So if you want to jump on my Twitch, you can watch the subsequent one-shot based on these characters. But I'm going to be doing more actual play content on my Twitch, hopefully something weekly and maybe a couple of weekly games going forward. So follow the link in the description below to find my Twitch channel where you can watch me play those games. My current schedule in theory is going to be either Tuesday or Friday as well as Sunday nights, and I'll probably do some other things now as well, but I think it's going to be quite a convenient way to get a little bit of a creative juices flowing with a little bit of improvisation on that front. So yeah, so check out my Twitch if you enjoy this episode as well. You can find that and you watch it before the evenings, before 7 p.m. on Sunday the 18th. Then you can watch the episode live. Otherwise, the episode, the one shot is probably up on this channel as well, or will soon be up on this channel. But without any further ado, enjoy the live stream, almost unedited. Unfortunately, I did have some glitching technical issues. So at one point, my OBS just randomly, I didn't do anything at all, it just randomly added in a second microphone for me. So my microphone got doubled and it's all interlaced, so I don't have the time to fix it, unfortunately. So yeah, for some reason it just randomly added in an extra microphone and I didn't notice for a little while. So I get this weird kind of echoey double layer thing going on for a little bit, so I apologize for that. So with that warning out of the way, please do enjoy this character creation and a little bit of learning about the Candela Obscura system, because it was relatively unknown to the three players. Please enjoy. Cool. Well, welcome anyone watching this now or in the future. We are here to do some character creation for Candela Obscura, which there's some issues with, but I'll talk about those in a second, because we intend to play a quick one-shot of the system on Sunday, which should also appear on my channel. Oh, my scotch is a little strong.
This Sunday?
This Sunday.
Oh,
Don't you dare. We were going to do this a few weeks ago on when they had Candela Obscura week, which was sort of an event, but also sort of not an event. But I was very ill and got very confused and bedraggled. I was ill that whole week, and just like didn't do. All I did was a little chat with Fiona about our thoughts on the system. But speaking of thoughts on the system, I have a current thought on the system. So there's no form fillable PDFs. It's on Roll20, but not for free, or at least not every count sheet for free. And it's on Demiplane, which is an official thing, but you have to buy the PDF of the book on Demiplane to use its character sheets. And I don't want to do that because I bought the book, because I like books. And there's no real support for it, so it kind of feels like Darrington Press don't want you to play this game. but luckily I found
that's the name of the YouTube video.
Yeah.
That's the clickbait title.
But luckily the subreddit, somebody there made some Google Sheets for it, which are actually very good. Yeah, so we actually have got some usable character sheets for this, other than the ones you'd have to print off and fill out by hand. So that's fun. But yeah, that was annoying. I was annoying. I probably spent a good couple of hours trying to figure out where I could get good character sheets from, and then copying the ones from the subreddit.
Hence the Scotch.
I think it might be the Candela Obscura on Reddit, or might be Darrington Press, I don't know, but whatever it is. You could find it on Reddit.
do you want to send us the links?
I will send you guys the link now, or I'll share the file with you.
Random question, it's a very odd thing, but do we need dice?
Yeah, you need D6s. But probably not for character creation, because there's no stats or anything. So I doubt you'll need them today.
What's even the point?
What's even the point of living? So let me get this this sheet over to you. I'll also get the regular version so you can look at it as well. But there are 10 character classes. There are 5 sort of character main classes, I guess, and then 2 subclasses within each of those.
How do I play Cthulhu?
I'm playing Cthulhu.
Nope, I'm stealing it.
No, I'm Cthulhu.
You can.
I spoke to Christian. He said I could be Cthulhu.
I'm Cthulhu's brother, Cthulhu.
You can.
Cthulhu and Cthulhu hate each other.
Uh-huh.
One of the ways you
One
get
has out over the youth.
one of the ways you get experience is by fulfilling your character's kind of I can't remember what they're called. I'll look in a second, but they're basically traits, like little mini objectives. And if you play the occultist, one of the objectives is be weird. So if you play that character, you can get experience by being weird.
I mean, that's tick.
It's the character that Laura Bailey played on the first playthrough on the Critical Roles.
Still not seen either of them. Probably should have watched
The
it.
Google Doc is in the chat now. You should be able to follow that link.
Roger, Roger.
Alrighty. So our 5 character classes effectively are face, muscle, scholar, slink, and weird.
I mean,
What?
We do have a face.
Why does Callum get a character class and the rest of us don't?
I didn't write. Maybe he bribed. Maybe he
Game's
bribed
ridiculous.
Matt Mercer or whoever at some point.
I did. I mean, clearly I've got to go for a character face.
I mean, you have to.
I have to.
These are just the rules.
But your faces are journalist and magician. Your muscle is explorer and soldier. Your scholar is doctor and professor. Slink is criminal and detective. And weird is medium and occultist.
Damn it!
Those kind of the broad strokes.
There's literally a class for me as well. There are 2 classes named for me.
This game's
Detective.
written for you.
It is. All we need to do is get Dr. Patience Swiftsby, and God knows how many of those we've got ticked off.
We always need Doctor. I want to play Dr. Patience with me.
Yes.
I'm
yes.
not cool enough. I'm not cool enough. To
You
play
are.
Dr.
You are cool enough to play Dr. Patience Swiftsby. You are.
Alright.
See,
What?
my character concept was a doctor.
I'm joking. I
Doctor
don't
what?
need to play Dr. Patience with me.
In fairness, Dr. Patience Whiffsby. Well, can one define?
Yeah.
Such a character.
Indeed.
Other than awesome.
So for context here, potentially familiar faces for my channel. You can see I have Face, Emily, and Alex here to play a one-shot of Candela Obscura. Candela Obscura is the Critical Role's first foray into making their own role-playing games under Darrington Press. It's a primarily one-shot, really designed system. It's very Call of Cthulhu-y, Monster of the Week-y kind of system, designed to be played in like a series of episodic one-shots. Where the players, and this is obviously for your benefit, I don't know 100% know how familiar the 3 of you are with the system, are a group of the organisation Candela Obscura. You are a circle who go out and investigate mysteries. So you've got your own lives, regular lives, but then you work together in a kind of Scooby Gang way to solve mysteries. You may not have normal lives, I don't know, maybe you just sit reading books about monsters all day long. But yeah, the concept is that you exist in this city of New Fair in the Fairlands, which has quite a deep and heavy lore. Like half the book is just lore. So there's a lot of lore going on here. But yeah, in this world where is the boundary between this kind of spiritual realm and reality is weakened in places, and strange otherworldly entities and effects come through. And it's your job to investigate and hopefully stop them.
Ah, splendid.
So yes, you are.
I'm not saying I'm going to be using the Sean Connery voice, but I'm toying with the idea.
I just want to say that I'm very concerned by the Explorer tab on here. That someone has a scar that is a spider-filled leg.
I think these are somebody's existing character
Oh
sheets.
yeah, the ones that the
As I
copied
can see
over.
that multiple people are logged in on this.
I thought I had deleted everything off of the sheets, but that's that must have been left over.
A spider-filled leg is just so concerning on so many levels.
I mean, in fairness, at least then you know where all the spiders are.
Yeah, but I don't want to
In
think
my
about it.
leg.
I don't like it.
Right, so I'm just going to edit that out.
Thank you. It's gone. It doesn't exist anymore.
For now.
Until it
That
happens
makes sense.
again. Yeah, so I thought I had reset all of these. The only tab that doesn't, only sheet that is a little bit broken is detective. But the rest of the tabs on that should work fine. And if you fill them out, we'll all have access to the same ones, so we can all see each other's characters easily enough.
Cool.
I logged in as me, can you see?
Are there 3 people logged in at the top?
Yeah, I'm assuming that's us and
It-
you.
It says anonymous hyena, anonymous iguana, and anonymous tiger are logged in.
Yeah, I'm apparently anonymous tiger because I can see Christian, anonymous iguana, and anonymous hyena.
Oh, what am I then?
You're the iguana because I'm hyena because I can see iguana and tiger.
I'm an iguana. Okay.
How very
Tag
random.
yourself. I'm iguana.
I mean, okay, so I'm going to have to do a magician with some form of iguana.
Wait, I already forgot what it was.
Ah, the old pulling an iguana out of the hat.
It's a classic for a reason.
So it's a very theatre of the mind system, a very narrative-driven system designed to have kind of punchier, quicker combats and situations. With you, the intention being for you to find creative uses for your skills, or you to suggest uses of your skills rather than me dictate them. That's not how, if you've only seen the first playthrough, that's not how Matt ran it. So I don't know if that maybe hadn't made it into the rules yet, or it was easier for him to run it in a more D&D-esque way, simply because that's what they're used to. But yeah, it's designed to be run in a slightly more fluid narrative style, which again is how I like to run. So that works for me, which is why the system, when I first read about it, like, oh yeah, that appeals. But it's not a bad idea to have a relatively good split of powers. And you can see when you look on the character sheets the base stats. So everybody's got some starting stuff. So starting skill dice and starting drives. Drives is you can spend to roll additional dice. And for every 3 drives you have a resistance, which I don't remember what it does. I read this book twice and I still don't remember anything from it. No, I remember some of it. But yeah, so you can see from the base sheets where you start your base skills in. So for example, the journalist starts with 1 dice in read, 2 in survey, and 1 in focus. And you'll add more skills and stuff as you go along. During character creation, we're going to add some more stuff to your character sheets. So you'll get some more dice and more skills and more nerve and more other bits and bobs, as well as some
so
of
the
the
stats
powers.
the stats are nerve, cunning, and intuition.
Yeah, nerve, cunning, and intuition, and each of them have got 3 skills beneath them.
Yep.
Gotcha.
In case anybody's wondering, clearly the character sheet is on the screen to my right, which is why I keep on looking over here. In case you think I'm just ignoring Christian.
If there was a PDF version of this, I would show it on screen. In fact, let me take a screenshot of it, and I will see if I can pop it on the screen. Did I press the wrong button then?
Okay, well, Alex, if you were thinking of some sort of doctor, I imagine you're going to be taking the scholar role.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, face is going face because I think you have to.
I have to.
In that case,
Because nominative determinism.
yeah. In that case, I gotta go slink because.
Not muscle?
No, I don't want to be muscle. I want to be sneaky. I always want to be sneaky.
Now, are you going to be the right side of the law or the wrong side of the law?
Which is more fun?
The detective. Being a
Yeah.
detective.
You think that, honey?
For those unaware, for 15 years I was a detective. In fact, you can just see above Emily's head, you can see the crest of the police force that I left. All blurred, but yeah. And not that you've seen it yet, but I successfully managed to work out some of the secrets of Emily's character from Fate, the Fate game, which we didn't know what each of the secrets were when we first started playing. And I worked out what Emily's secrets were, and she was not happy.
I was incredulous because you took a shot in the dark just to mess with me, and then you kept saying it, and I was like, okay, but I need you to actually shut up about this because
I know, I took a shot in the dark and then I rationalized
and
it.
then
Yeah, with evidence.
Detective.
Detective. I don't think I'm going to go magician more than journalist because it just seems more fun.
Sleight of hand.
Yeah?
Is this your card?
No, because that's an empty hand.
My hands are too small. I can't do card tricks.
I do actually have a pack of cards.
I once tried to learn card tricks, and it was from a book. And the very first page of the book said, okay, the first thing you need to learn how to do is how to palm a card. I can't, because the card is bigger than my palm. And I was like, well, and then I skipped ahead to the sections on coin tricks.
It actually works. You could it just about works on the stream. My little card. No.
I've seen you do it before. It's fine. Love you.
Love you too. Fun fact about a pack of cards: if you shuffle a pack of cards,
Christian, are we just filming while you're getting a PDF?
Well, no, I'm trying to take a screenshot, but apparently it doesn't work.
Okay.
So if anybody
Can I
who's
finish my
watching this
fun-
wants to look
can
at
I finish my fun fact about a pack of cards?
the couch sheet, look it up yourself.
Sorry, that's for Christian. Emily and I were having a domestic.
That's fine. I'm just saying, anybody wants to look at the couch sheet will have to look it up themselves because for some reason it won't let me take a screenshot of it. Couch sheets are really awkward in this game. I'm going to advise, buy the PDF. Don't buy the physical book because it's a really nice, pretty book, but it doesn't give you access to anything. So make sure you get a PDF copy so that you can use the couch sheets and stuff on Demiplane.
I mean,
It's been a
unless you're
real
only ever
nuisance. Sorry?
I said, unless you're only ever going to play it physically, then
Yeah. If you
get
don't
the
have it
book to
physically,
make
fine.
photocopies and
But
do it
yeah,
that way.
it's been a real nuisance trying to find couch sheets for this thing. Yes. So, what are we looking at? So, you're thinking magician.
Yep, and I think, let's be honest, I'm doing the Sean Connery.
That's up to you. I mean, you can call him Sean Connery if you want.
I think I'll have to see if I can come up with some other name, but I'll workshop it.
Seamus Connors.
Seamus Connors. Sold.
Emily, what are you thinking?
Criminal.
Criminal. Didn't even think about it. I want to be a criminal.
Oh, I already thought about it. This is just.
The more and more you date a detective, the more you think life of a criminal sounds fun.
Yeah. Sometimes, when you have someone that's just so lawful in your life, I love you, close your ears. You just sometimes, gotta go against hype.
You just want to rob a bank after a while. It's just
You just want to let loose a little bit.
Cool. Alex, are you going with Doctor? Did you say?
Yeah. I think I'll go with Doctor. I think that's a nice, hopefully well-rounded group.
Yeah. A magician, a doctor, and a criminal.
It's always good to have around.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, let me read you your flavour. Magician. You're a talented entertainer who knows how to deflect attention and create illusions. Your primary drive is intuition, and your abilities are focus and performing and detecting tricks. Who's next in the order? Doctor, you're a skilled physician who knows how to conduct medical procedures. Your primary drive is intuition, and your abilities are focused on anatomy and healing. Is that you're both intuition? Yes, primary intuition.
Yeah.
Criminal. You are an accomplished outlaw who knows how to operate successfully in the underworld. Your primary drive is cunning, and your abilities are focused on street connections and nefarious activities. Cool beans. So you guys have got your starting stats. So that will determine how many dice you are rolling. If the little tick box, which is a diamond on the actual character sheet, but if the little tick box on your Google sheet is ticked, that means you are have a gilded die in that. It's a guild action, which means that you can roll. You roll a special die. One of your dice is special. If you use that dice, you regain some of your drive, if I'm remembering correctly. Yes. Yes, you can earn back your drive if you select to use the gilded dice. You have to select which dice is gilded when you roll it. That might not be the best dice, it might not be the highest roll, but you might want to pick it anyway. You might want to purposefully do worse at a skill check, just so that you can regain some of your drive, basically is how gilded dice work. But outside of that, you'll be rolling d6s and taking the highest result as a general rule to try and perform an action. A 6 is a success, a 4-5 is a mixed success, and then anything else is a failure. So a lot of failure on the dice, unless I've got those rules wrong just then.
50-50. Nice.
Yep, 1 to 3 is a failure, 4 to 5 is a mixed success, and 6 is a success. If you roll multiple 6s, it's a critical success. So you get something and it's something extra. So it's very powered by the apocalypse in that regard. It's not dissimilar. So you have a block of drive points. On the printable sheet, they are little shade-in blocks, which me and Fiona talked about, and I hate that. I hate the idea that there's squares that you shade in and then rub out and then shade in again and then rub out again, because that is going to wreck your character sheet. Of constantly rubbing out and shading things in is not a great idea. But yeah, that's how that works. And on this sheet, it's simply a number, so you can just adjust it. So you've got your maximum and your current is easy enough to track. For every 3 that you have in something, you gain a resistance. So I'm just looking at this, and this criminal sheet is actually wrong, so I'm going to change those resistances to 0.
Oh.
So if you should have resistances of 0 unless you have 3 in drives.
Okay, just FYI, somebody's now platypus.
Interesting.
I've now got a tiger and a platypus. I think you're now platypus, Alex.
Ah. I was going to say, in the game, or...
Oh, if
That's
I click on you, it shows you
Yes.
what you're looking
There
at.
you go, Dr. Platypus.
That's fun. Your resistance. So I don't want to make sure. I'm saying currently, I'm saying the rules correctly, but I'm paranoid. I'm going to say something wrong. So let me get these. So every 3 point you have 1 resistance. Resistance counts way of pushing back against consequences. So if you want to resist the constitutions of a roll, you can burn a resistance as long as it matches the move that you're moving. So if you're doing a strike roll, you'd have to burn a nerve resistance, and you can resist the consequences. So after you burn a resistance, you may re-roll any number of dice equal to the rating of the action.
Say that again.
So you can re-roll some of your dice basically by burning a resistance.
Okay, gotcha.
But you can't really control how many of those you have. You just have 1 for every 3 drive that you have in a particular thing.
Is that max? So as in not current, but max. So if I have max of 3 in intuition, but I've only got 1, then I've still got 3?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, because it's based on your maximum.
Maximum, not your current. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Right. So that is the initial steps. Basically, those are the steps that are set. So I'm just going to double check with each of you looking at it. So our magician, You should have a 2 in sway, a 1 in read, a 1 in hide, and a 1 in focus.
2 in sway, 1 in read, 1 in hide, and 1 in focus. Yes, yes.
That's and nothing zeros everywhere else. You should have your drive should be 1 cunning and 2 intuition, your maximum currently.
Correct.
And your gilded action should be sway.
It is.
Cool. All right, I'm just checking. I did all this earlier, but I was going to double check it's correct. Our
While you run
criminal.
for the others, I am going to put my 2 children to bed. So back in a sec.
All right. Our criminal should have a control of 1,
Yeah.
hide of 2, a survey of 1, and a focus of 1.
Survey 1, focus 1. Yes, yes.
Alrighty. You should then have 1 drive in nerve and 2 in cunning. And your gilded action should be hide. Because you want to hide.
So are those what drive drive the number of drives?
So 1 in
Okay.
nerve and 2 in cunning.
So like I have. Okay. But I don't have 2 in intuition, even though I've got 2 dice in there.
No, you don't start with any intuition.
Okay, so those aren't.
This is just,
That's
your starting stuff.
right. Okay.
Uh,
The top ones just happen to be 1 and 2, which are the number of dice in there. So I thought maybe it was there for a reason.
No,
It's
coincidence.
just coincidence. Cool, fine.
Our doctor should have 1 in control, 1 in read, 1 in survey, and 2 in focus.
Yep.
And zeros everywhere else. You had an intuition of 3, which means you have 1
Mhm.
resistance in 3. In intuition, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
And your gilded action is read.
Is read. Cool.
Or did I not remember to check? Did I not switch that on? Did I not?
I think yeah, no, it's fine. Gilded action is read. Cool.
You may then, the first choice you may make is you may gild 1 additional action of your choice. So remember, the way the gilded works is you get one. It doesn't give you any extra dice. It just means that one of the dice that you get to roll can be a gilded dice, and if you choose it, it refreshes some of your drive.
And the number of dice we roll for a given skill is based on our drives.
It's currently just where it says dice. That's what they're starting. You'll get to add.
Oh, okay.
You'll get to add more in a minute. So
Fine.
you'll have a few skill points effectively to spread about to give yourself more dice. But currently, yeah, if you've got a 0, then you
Cool.
cannot roll dice in that action.
Gotcha. I'm going for control because I can drive and I can shoot things, and that seems fun.
Candela Obscura.
Right. Yeah.
I think I'm going to gild focus.
Mm.
So if you, when you do an action that you have a 0 in, 0 dice, you'll roll 2 dice and take the lowest result. So it's still possible to succeed, but it's less likely. So you'll take 2. Basically, you roll with disadvantage if you have a 0.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if you only have 1 dice in something and you're rolling it with the gilded thing,
So you'll roll.
then that 1 dice is gilded, so you're taking it. So regardless, you get your thing back.
Yeah, you always refresh your drive because you're particularly.
Cool.
It's an action that you're sort of used to doing that you are particularly skilled in, as it were.
Cool.
What are you thinking of going for?
Oh, control.
Control. Drive.
Yeah.
Shoot. Finish.
Sorry, I thought I said that already.
Oh, you may have done. I mean, I may have been busy reading the book.
That's fine. But yeah, I want to drive and shoot things and be finessey.
You're also going to distribute 3 points however you'd like. So this is your dice. So on the main character sheet, you're filling in like you're highlighting boxes, but this is your dice. So you've got 3 points that you can distribute amongst your dice rolls. You may not raise any reaction above 2 during character creation. So you can put a 0 to a 1 or a 2, or put a 1 to a 2. So 3 points to spend as you wish.
3 points.
Ooh, okay.
Hmm.
And yes, anyone who's read the book who sees this, I did do that the wrong way around. But not that it matters.
Wait, so what's the max?
You can't go higher than 2 in character creation.
Okay, cool. I feel like I'm gonna go out on a limb and think that the doctor probably doesn't have like striking, and someone should probably be able to do that.
That's true, but I'm jumping ahead here. But I'm looking at Christian like under the specialties with like where they've got tick boxes next to everything.
Yeah, the special skills. Yeah.
Yeah, one of those special skills is anatomical strike, which means that when attacking, I can roll my focus instead of my strike. And my focus is my best skill currently. So.
Gotcha.
But of course, there are other special skills, and I may not take
I
that.
should probably read it, huh?
And we won't
should
lock
probably
you
read-
into anything here. If you want to like rearrange some bits later, I'm not gonna penalise you. It's gone very quiet. Have I lost audio? I know. Everyone just
No,
stopped
no,
talking.
No, we're
so-
just reading and thinking.
Just thinking. How dare you?
We're thinking.
Is
What are we thinking about?
We're adding dice. We can add 3 dice.
Oh,
So
wow.
What
You
you've
can't make
misspaced.
anything above 2.
Yeah. So you can add 3 extra dice to your sheets amongst
Also,
any
you're adding
anywhere in your
1
skills,
gilded dice.
and you can gild a second skill, which is the tick box on the left-hand side.
Gotcha.
And Alex was smart and actually like read his middle things before choosing his skills. And now I'm like, oh, I should probably do that because that probably actually, you know.
So 3 dice. Nothing can be above 2.
Correct.
Yeah, not a character creation. You can go above that afterwards, but character
What are
creation-
people going for?
Well, that's a question. That's another question I had. Was is it better to go tall or wide? Is it better to specialize in a few skills or be more of a generalist?
I would say it's better to specialize and kind of spread out the skills amongst the party, but again, it's not a dictatorship of like you have to roll this skill for whatever this check is. If you can massage the way you're approaching a task to a skill that you're good at,
Mm-hmm.
you could do that. So it's slightly better to specialize and have as many dice as possible.
Cool. Good to know. Good to know.
What's everyone's strongest ones right now?
Sway is my strongest right now.
Hide is my strongest.
Focus is mine.
Okay.
I
I'll probably add 1 in survey.
was gonna. Oh, that's not bad. I might add 1 in. I'm gonna add 1 in sense because I kind of feel that's something I should be able to do. I always added 1 in control because yet again I know it's like drive, suit and finesse, but I'm kind of feeling that that sort of stuff sleight of hand and stuff would be finesse.
Sleight of hand actually comes under hide.
Oh yeah. I guess I'm gonna bump my height. I don't really want to bump my. I've got hide as one. I know what, I'm probably gonna go. I'm probably gonna go broad. So I'm gonna put my 3. So I've got 1 in everything in intuition, in everything in cunning apart from sway where I've got 2, and I've got 1 in control.
Okay. What about you, Em?
Oh,
You say no.
wait. Okay, so we've already got someone who's super swayy.
Well, I don't like to brag, but
I mean, there's a reason. Face. Yeah.
Yeah.
Seamus Connors, is that what you...
I think it needs to be Seamus Connors because that's what you've the moniker you've given me.
Okay. I would like to strike. I would like 1 strike.
Ah, interesting. Bit of punchy there, are you, fingers?
Anybody good with moving?
No, I doubt
No.
it.
0 in move from me.
I might just max out my nerve and just...
Huh, okay.
So my move and strike is 0, but I'm gonna put my control up to 2 because surgeon's fingers or surgeon's hands, I figure.
That makes sense.
And looking at this, looking at cool under pressure is cunning. Sweet talk is cunning. So I think I'm going to put my guild into read. So I've got 2 guilds in the same area, which may be a bit too much.
Alright,
good.
remind me how we get resistance.
So you're going to add some more drive in a second. So for every 3 drive that you have, you get 1 resistance.
Cool.
If everybody's done that, or any of you have done that, the next thing you're going to add is 6 additional drive points, distributed however you would like. So drive is what you spend to add dice to your roll, including if you have a 0 in the roll. You can spend drive to be like, well, I'm going to spend 3 drive and just chuck a ton of dice and hope for the best.
And it's 3 and it's 6 we had, yeah?
6 drive in any combination.
And that is to your max and also your current, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Or
I will be right back.
You may not start with any of your drives above 6 during character creation. So 6 is the maximum for character creation drives.
4, I think. No, I've done 5. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do, I think. So I've got a resistance in cunning and an intuition. But not quite in nerve. So I've gone for 2, 4, and 3.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna put 3 into nerve. 'Cause why not?
Why not indeed?
I'm gonna put 2 into cunning, and I'm just gonna put 1 into intuition because I don't want to have zeros because that seems.
How do we get drive back?
Drive. Let me double check. I mean, I think it's not going to matter because we're only doing a 1 shot. But if we ever come back to these characters,
I think Seamus Cornish is going to be.
he's got longevity, is he? I think other
Obviously.
than when you take your gilded dice, you refresh your drive.
That's yeah.
Right, page 41. Oh, apparently, I've got to go to page 41 to refresh. Everything else about drive is on page 8, but apparently refreshing it is on page 41. Okay. Yeah, it's something that you do between missions. So between sessions. And it's because you can't do everything, but you can choose what bonuses, as it were, you take between sessions, and one of them is to refresh all of your drive. So you could burn through your entire drive in a session just to be like, well, I'm going to refresh all of it. Yeah.
Is there
But there's a limit to how many
Sorry.
things you can do at the end of each session.
Is there a maximum number of drives we can have when adding our drives?
In character creation, 6 is the maximum.
Yep. Okay, cool.
Okay, I've now got 4 in nerve, 4 in cunning, and 1 in intuition. But it's okay because whenever I make a survey roll, I can use any drive instead of intuition. So
Very
screw
nice.
intuition.
I'm a bit more balanced.
Okay. Well, I'm assuming
2,
that's
4, 3.
referenced one of your abilities. So the next thing is to choose abilities. You're going to choose one roll ability and one specialist ability.
Oh, we only got 1.
So one slink ability, one what's the mission's face ability, and one scholar ability, and then one magician, doctor, and criminal.
I mean, clearly I'm going to go for sweet talk.
Is an assignment
Surely you mean sweet talk.
Of course I mean sweet talk, honey lips.
an assignment? Is that session? Not that it matters. In
Basically,
this case.
it's a session.
or
Yeah.
like an arc.
Basically, it's a session. One session is it's designed to be played in a series of singular, like one-shot missions.
Interesting. What say you, Dr. Platypus?
I mean, I got it. That one.
Oh, you
I am still a bit behind. Forgive me.
Ah, wonderful. We're going for the German. Fully appreciative. Now, of course, the final question is...
Oh, I'm going to go full Phoebe Waller-Bridge, of course.
I like it.
What was the girl we came up with in the Scotland game? Saffron Bridges.
Saffron Bridges.
Saffron Bridges it is, baby.
You actually... Oh, right. Oh, did someone type in Seamus Connors on mine already?
Yes, someone did.
Thank you, dear.
So what does sweet talk do? Tell us what sweet talk does.
You know how to work the room. After you make small talk with someone, you may add plus 1d on any read roll you make in which they are the target. If your current cunning resistance is 2 or higher, that die is gilded. Okay. I'm not going to get the latter part of that, am I?
Not currently, no.
You know what? I might just be cool under pressure then in that case. On any high stakes roll, you may always spend cunning instead of the drive the action falls under.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm fairly cool under pressure. What say you, Saffron?
I'm gonna take Saw This Coming. 3 times per assignment, you may add 1d for a circle numbers roll without spending drive by saying how you prepared for this kind of situation together.
We get to do flashbacks!
Uh-huh.
Oh, hey!
No, she gets to do flashbacks.
I get to do flashbacks.
Yeah, but by saying how you prefer this kind of situation together. So there's a degree of...
It's to a circle member as well, so basically to any player as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
And
quite
I mean,
good.
I have faith in both of you as players that if I go, yes, I saw this coming, and then blank, you're not going to leave me hanging.
You're like, oh, really? Tell me how.
Yeah, Emily, how did you see this coming? Right, so 1 in roll and 1 in
So
specialty
and
as well?
one speciality skill as well.
Right, that knew it.
Are you gone for
Okay,
anything, Alex?
I am... Yeah.
So I've right. So I've added my dice. It was three dice added. So I've put one additional in hide, 1 additional in read, and 1 additional in control. So my skills are now 002, 021, 120. and then for drives, I decided to put, because I was already, I already had 3 in intuition and none in anything else. I've decided to put 2 in everything, so I am now 2 nerve, 2 cunning, 5 intuition. For my scholar role, I've taken well read, so I'm highly educated and retain knowledge better than most. When I use intuition when making a roll, if I fail the roll, earn back any intuition I used.
Nice.
And I am currently trying to decide on my specialty.
So for my specialty, I'm going to fling this one out there. There's one that I do like, which is misdirection. Whenever I use words or actions to distract a target from what is happening, so Saffron can do some stuff, the first cunning or I or an ally spends on this roll is worth 2d as opposed to 1d.
We
So,
can say
yeah,
dice
that's-
instead of D, guys. It just means dice.
Okay, it's
No.
worth 2 dice,
1d.
not 1 dice. But I'm also tempted by the prestige. My magic is usually smoke and mirrors, but I do actually have one trick that's real. Roll sense when you perform it, my sense being just the 1, sadly. And on a success, take a bleed mark, circle 1 option when you take this ability. Change appearance, levitate, summon mundane object, teleport a short distance, or throw my voice.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool, but I don't have that higher sense. I'm only got a 50-50 every time I do it.
Yeah, I mean, you can always add another one if you want it. If you want that skill so much that you're willing to take 1 dice away from something else.
You know what?
Sorry, 1d.
One days. I'm gonna be misdirection. I'm gonna be a helping my allies out type thing. I think that's what I'm gonna go with.
2 ally helping powers, so far, that's cool. You're a very cooperative
What about-
group.
What about you, Emily?
Oh, I haven't decided yet. I'm still reading. I've been listening too much and not reading enough. How dare I listen? I know.
How about you, Alex?
Also still reading.
So many.
Obviously, a lot of it. A lot of it revolves around. A lot of it is revolving around healing and so forth.
Well, whilst you guys are thinking, since the term bleed has come up, why don't I explain what bleed is?
Yes.
So that we can.
I will explain it.
definitely.
I mean, you don't need to because we're not going to worry about that. We're not going to get any damage or anything like that. Nothing bad's going to happen to us. So,
bleed represents magical corruption. So the touch of a ghost, the venom of a monster, the harmful energy radiating from an artifact. So when you interact with something otherworldly, you are likely to suffer bleed. Body is your physical harm, brain is your mental strain, and then bleed is the touch of the supernatural.
Awesome.
right. So I could only do that 3 times anyway if I wanted to have that one.
Yeah, before you start taking scars, such as spiders in the legs.
No. I've decided my specialty. I'm
Ooh.
going for the one that I saw earlier, and I have made an informed decision, and I want it. Street smarts. You know how to keep an eye on your surroundings. Whenever you make a survey roll, you may spend any drive instead of only using intuition.
That's good because your
Which is good
intuition
because
sucks.
Yeah, I didn't put much in there because I'd already read that one skill, and now I'm doubling down and going, yes, I'm confident in my decisions.
This is fair.
Okay, I think I've also made my choice. I'm envisioning my character as being bit more of a surgeon, shall we say, than a GP, shall we say.
Yeah.
And as such, I'm going to take dissection.
I figured as much.
When
It's D section, actually.
Oh, sorry, dissection. Whenever I make a focus roll to dissect a piece of organic matter affected by bleed, gild an additional die. You cannot take bleed marks from this inspection.
So you're super
I
good at
basically- I
carving
can't
up
be sent-
monsters.
Yes, but
Next.
also I figure I can't be sent mad from inspecting weird bodies.
So while everyone else is vomiting in the corner, you're just pulling the demon's spleen out and being like, fascinating. weighing it on the scales. It was like, whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
I like it. Alright, cool. Right.
Yeah, I've seen this before.
There's our technical aspects. So now we need to get into the story stuff. So we're gonna step 7, add character details. Right. Let's think about how your chosen action ratings, drives, and abilities impact the kind of character you want to play. So we're going to use our choices to determine our character's worldview. There's prompts at the top of the sheet, which are catalyst, question, and style. Obviously not including name and pronouns, which are fairly self-explanatory. Catalyst is briefly describe why your character joined Candela Obscura. What happened to make them devote their life to this strange cause? Question, explain what your character hopes to find out over the course of their investigations. What knowledge they are pursuing that motivates them to charge into danger. And style, what is your character's overall feel and aesthetic? Right, I've got something in my eye, so you guys think about that. So style is, I guess, more of a physical description as much as mannerisms and everything else. But yeah, catalyst. Why you joined Candela Obscura? What strange thing brought you to this door? And question: what is the what intrigues you about this new life? This veil into the supernatural that makes that you desire answers to.
I think my question's surely got to be magic. As in, when I found out that magic was real, I needed to know more.
Makes sense.
There you
Do you
go.
have any thoughts? Other thoughts, I mean.
I think my catalyst is I did a heist, and I know I'm being very stereotypical for the characters I like to play. You know what's coming out of my mouth next. Say it.
No, I'm not. I'm not, because it's incredibly. And I'm guessing your girlfriend got captured by a demon or something.
Not captured, but she was the one in charge of the heist, and she got all obsessed about, oh, this magic artifact, we have to go heist it, Saffron. I'm like, yeah, but that sounds fake. And then all of a sudden it was real, and then she disappeared. What?
Emily playing a sapphic individual. All those surprised raise their hands.
It's it's also not a terrible idea to keep an eye on your illumination keys, which again are the things that if you do, they can trigger more experience. Again, if we were going to continue the game, maybe not magic.
What are illumination keys?
Illumination keys are basically questions at the end, in the same way that, say, Monster of the Week has a little questionnaire at the end as to did you do any of these things to determine how much experience everyone gets. This does as well. So you question, did you do at least one of those things? If you did at least one of those things, it adds to the experience pool at the end of the game. So the magicians are perform a trick, spot a ruse, seek out real magic. So if you did one of those three
There you
things,
go, secret magic. Yeah.
you add an additional experience points to the collective pool. And experience is a collective pool. You don't have individuals, or it's a collective pool that you spend together.
Mine are do something illegal, make a deal, stand up to authority.
Hey, if Alex is authority, job done.
My illumination keys are avoid a fight, aid an ally, and comfort someone.
Nice.
I have found real magic. I don't believe you, Mr. or Mr. Magician. There. Boom, all three, done.
So we have this a missing partner in mysterious circumstances. and the quest for real magic. I mean, you've probably seen evidence by the time working close with it. There definitely is some weird.
Oh no! As in, I
magic.
know it's real. It's not quest for them. It's I need this. I need to know more. Yeah, can I do it? Can I take my skills and augment them, and maybe earn a little bit of coin, maybe do a bit of good along the way.
So you read a catalyst for our magician and the doctor. Anything for the doctor yet?
Yes. So I had a backstory idea. So remind me again of the difference between the catalyst and the question.
So the catalyst is the specific incident or reason that you joined Candela Obscura. You joined the X-Files, basically. And the question is what kind of drives your continued work into the unknown. What makes you want to continue going into danger. So what got you here and why do you stay here? Basically, what got you here and why do you stay here? And you guys know me. You know that I'm gonna build a game off of your backstories.
Well, first of all, my name is Dr. Christoph York. Christoph Yorkdale, excuse me. And both my parents were physicians. And when I was younger, there was a strange occurrence in that my father developed a degenerative disease, one that we assumed would be very rapidly fatal. But one night when I was perhaps 16, 17, I woke up in the middle of the night. There were strange lights and noises coming from the attic. I pulled down the little ladder. I poked, my top of my head through the trapdoor, and I saw my father lying on an operating table. My mother apparently operating on him, and bright, blinding lights all around. Possibly some other figures there as well. I am not certain. The trap door then slammed shut atop me, and I fell back down the ladder. And when I tried again, the attic trapdoor would not open. I went back to bed, and in the morning, my father was in perfect health, as if he had never been suffering with a degenerative disease at all. And when I asked them about it, my mother was very adamant in that nothing happened. It was simply a miracle. She obviously knew that I knew she was lying, but she would not answer any of my questions about this. All I know is that it was something supernatural.
How old did you say you were?
This would have been about when I was 17. Very.
So you just sort of started
very
your
shortly
studies, your own medical studies, probably.
Yes, this was probably a few months before I went to medical school.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
And
then you kind of found getting an interest in the supernatural and eventually stumbled across Candela Well, Candela probably stumbled across you because you're a skilled individual. Useful to have a doctor on the stuff.
I've put my style is calm, collected. My catalyst is simply, as I described, that night in the attic. And my question is, what cured my father?
I mean, I don't want to get picky, but I see it says that night in the attic. You said that night in the attic. Come on, spell it right.
Yes, it's called an accent of whatever Germanic equivalent exists in this world.
Cool. I like it. So yeah, it's all about discovering the truth of that night. I like it.
Hey,
Cool.
I've edited it for you, Alex.
Don't take that kind of
The Connors, I do not.
racism.
Yeah, I think I think O'Connor's isn't that. I prefer O'Connor's, not Connors. There you go. I'm still trying to work out what my catalyst is.
O'Connors or O'Connor?
O'Connor's.
Is there anybody else
Mainly
want
because
to...
my in-laws are the O'Connells, so I
Okay.
don't want to be too close.
Does anybody else want to flesh out? We have Emily. You've got your girlfriend disappeared. You didn't go on the heist. She went on the heist by herself because you didn't trust her.
No, we went on the heist. I had been doing lots of heists because obviously I'm good at this. I'm a criminal. That's who I am. So we had done a lot of heists, and then girlfriend heard about this magic thing, and I was like, "You're crazy," and she was like, "No, I'm not." And then she became obsessed with it and basically went full on pinboard on wall with string connected to them. It was like, okay, but if we go at this specific time, then it will change our lives and we'll never have to go on a heist again. We can retire. It'll be great. And I'm like, sure. I'm just going with you to make sure you don't get hurt. And then we went on the heist and full on like Indiana Jones. I don't know, something dramatic. Fill in the blanks. But basically, she found the artifact, she touched it, and just vanished. And I was like, all right, well, I guess I need to put my own pinboard together to figure out what exactly is going on and try to find her.
So instantaneous, no kind of sight, sound, flash, pop, explosion, just instant, boop, just gone.
I like the idea of it instant. Like, no big bang, no crash, no smoke, literally just...
That you're aware of.
Well, yeah, I mean, I was there, I saw it.
Yeah, because you totally didn't lose any time whatsoever. As far as you're concerned, it was instantaneous.
Yeah.
Maybe you were stood there for 3 hours and she was like, Saffron.
I have a watch.
I checked it.
I'm good at heists. I saw this I didn't see that coming. In fairness, I should have used that ability.
This is true.
Hindsight's 2020, you know. But yeah, so girlfriend was obsessed with it, and I've written down in the question, where's the girlfriend now? Also, this magic thing is actually pretty cool. Not that I'm obsessed with it now. No, not at all. I'm totally casual about it.
Did you take the magic thing in the end?
I don't know. If I saw someone touch it and they disappeared, would I then try touching it? Or did the thing disappear with her? I think the thing disappeared with her.
So like it took her somewhere.
Yeah.
That's your running theory. Okay.
Like a non-turfy portkey.
Okay.
A non-turfy portkey.
Yeah.
I love how that's the
Yeah.
that's the descriptive word.
Oh dear.
Everyone watching knows what I mean by that. I don't need to explain myself any
No, you
further.
don't. I'm just laughing because it's just very specific.
Yeah. The portkey specifically really embodied those values.
Ooh, what if... Okay, so what if I then returned home to be like, okay, well, I clearly need to look at this pinboard more closely, and it had also vanished.
If you like.
No, like another 7 strings had been added to it. Hadn't vanished, it had gotten more complicated when you weren't there. And it's your house. No, you want it vanished?
I like the idea of having to start from scratch and trying to remember, like, okay, she was talking about this one thing and I absolutely tuned her out because she was talking rubbish, and fine, let her get it out of her system, but I was not listening. And so I'm like trying to like put it back together. Do I go full on gaslighting? Like, I think I'm going crazy because everyone else is like, who are you talking about? Carrie doesn't exist. Who's Carrie?
You've given her a name already?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You're not going full on gaslighting.
If you name her, you'll want to keep her.
But look, remember the other day how much you told me you loved when I gaslighted you?
No, you told me that I hated it.
Hey. Okay, so I like the idea that
Christian knew what he
Candela...
was doing when he organized this Twitch layout, didn't he?
Although your backgrounds nearly line up now that you're in the same room.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at least we look at each other. It's looking in the right directions.
I like the idea that Candela probably sought out our doctor, our Christoph, because he was looking into the supernatural and was a skilled man. So I imagine, unless you have an objection to that, Alex, I have a fair
No, I like that.
I think based on that, it's more likely that Emily sought them out through the course of uncovering the conspiracy. How precisely that played out is I will leave it to you. But yeah, I think it's more likely that you kind of found them or like, give me answers! Slap. Or some equivalent of that, whatever your character's equivalent of that is. Probably sneaking into a meeting of some kind that you weren't supposed to be at.
Excuse me, what are you doing in my office?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just everyone started like giving some kind of pledge of allegiance, and you were just slightly out of time, and everyone was like, "Hang on a minute, you're not one of us."
I'm trying to get the cat on camera for the internet, but he's not
Internet,
one.
Aw.
But there is a cat.
What about our magician? Do you have a...
So
what's your life
if
story?
I'm gonna do so, if we're talking about origins, as it were, so Alex was drafted. Sorry, Doctor
Christoph Yorkdale.
Dr. Yorkdale was drafted in. Saffron Bridges was.
I'm going to change that name.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
The organisation,
Sneak.
just for reference, is relatively secret. Like, there's a internalized police in the world
How
that
how
don't
old
know they
is
exist
it?
and would be against them if they found out.
How old is it?
Candela, very old, and it has branches everywhere.
In that case, my father introduced it to me.
Yeah.
My father. That's how I got into it. Is that my father basically was very distant for my siblings and I when we were growing up, and it wasn't until I actually stumbled across some of his. Basically, it wasn't until I hit a certain age that he basically brought me into the fold. So he's effectively groomed me for this position from the get-go. The whole interest in magic, the whole basically unbeknownst to me, from the moment I was born, this is what my father has basically been steering me towards. And I am uncertain whether I want my character to be happy with that or not. I'll let you know.
Okay.
But I kind of figured that, you've got recruited in for their expertise, arrived because they're damn sneaky and just like them and said, "Hi, I'm here now." But yeah, I'm going to go for the opposite. The O'Connor's family is one of the is a Candela Obscura family, and I've basically been bought into it. When I hit 21, I mean my character's probably going to be like late 30s, so has been doing this for a while. But when he hit 21, it was basically, just so you know, son, you're coming this way.
Carry on. I don't know if you can hear a cat
More cats.
squeaking away.
Buttons has left. He came in through the window, and just came in through the window and went, "Yeah, no,
He came through the window and then went, "Wait, this door is shut. What
Yeah.
do I do now? What is wrong with you?"
I don't want to be on camera. Open the goddamn door."
Alright. Well, if there's anything else they would like to add, we're going to do step 8, which is form relationships. So in your relationship section, under where your scars are, the relationships are just beneath your wounds. I wonder what that symbolism is. But if you want to, yeah, write each other character's name in. So the other two characters' names into that little section there. And then we're going to determine relationships. So there's 8 categories, and each has there's 6 options beneath each. So you could roll a dice for them if you want to. As it tells you you're supposed to. I think you're supposed to. Yes, if you like, you can roll a d6. But yes, what their relationship is like to you.
I'm not gonna lie, Emily. I was gonna say I do like the idea that they met. Excuse me, what are you doing in my office?
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
So it's how they view you. So the 8 options are. I'll type them out if you need them. But the 8 options are bully, confidant, champion, co-worker, enemy, family, lover, and mentor. So there's some interesting ones in there. Bully and enemy are options which are interesting. And they're one-sided. This is how you view the other person. They don't have to necessarily match. Although enemy and lover might be an odd combination.
Enemies to lovers is a classic.
But at least one of you
not
views
enemy
one
as
as an
a
enemy,
substitute.
whilst the other one views you as a lover.
Classic for a reason.
Well, that's Lacuna and Toot Toot.
Yep,
So- I'll type those out if need be, but yeah, bully, champion, confidant, co-worker, enemy, family, lover, mentor. Oh, there's more, bloody hell. There's a second page of them.
Ooh.
Good Jesus. I thought it was a bit alphabetical, ending at M was a bit odd. There's even more. Muse, old friend, rival, sibling, soulmate, stranger, and ward. And there's 6 specific options. So I will type these out in the old Skype chat for you because I didn't realise there were so many of them.
I've renamed myself because I don't actually want the first name that I popped up with. Free Weathers. And also style is carefully crafted aesthetic to blend in and be unmemorable. Chameleon.
Whereas my style is impeccably dressed at all times, suave and charming. So not playing too far from type.
Obviously.
Do you want me to wear a suit for when we game tomorrow, Christian?
Yes.
If you so desire.
You always want me to wear a suit.
Yes.
Sunday, not tomorrow.
Sunday, yes. Valid
No, but
point.
you also have to wear a
I
suit
mean, you can
tomorrow.
wear a suit tomorrow if you want. For the rehearsal.
It's
Dress rehearsal.
right, of course, because all TTRPG shows are scripted.
And you have to speak in the accent all day.
Yeah, you guys got the script right.
Is there something you want to tell me?
No, I just think that would be funny.
All right, fine.
Yeah. You don't need to know too much
Face,
about
what is
your
your,
guys' personal lives.
what is your character's name again?
Seamus O'Connor's.
Seamus. Cool.
I was thinking maybe Seamus is the guy that brought you in.
Potentially. So, how would
I'll copy it into the chat as well, just so if anybody is watching and is curious.
How long has Dr. Yorkdale been in? Because Seamus has been around for like 20 odd years, almost 20 years, like 18 or so.
Well, obviously he would have gone through extensive years of medical school. So maybe if we put him at about, he would have practiced a bit. I reckon he's only been officially part of the organization for maybe a year at this point.
Okay.
But I like to think that during his, both his both during medical school and during his subsequent years of practice, that he already has, a sort of a maybe not a massive network, but he has a few people that that he goes to. He has a I mean, this isn't a perfect analogy because he is a surgeon himself, but he has a Butters, he has a Murphy.
Yeah.
Uh, so, because I'm not necessarily opposed to the idea of Seamus being the one to bring him in, but like I'm also thinking, how would they have crossed paths, because they're both very different in multiple senses.
In all honesty, I could see it as basically Christoph was asking questions, a lot of questions, to a lot of people, to his confidants, to his people in places around town, and some of that is going to get to the people in the know. And probably at some point you had a very impeccably dressed individual had book a consultation with you, and then happened to basically start feeling you out, started not feeling you up, feeling you out, started, having that kind of like building up a rapport, and then after a while, sort of like, just so you know, the things you've been asking about, the things you've been looking around, the things you've been nibbling around the edges at, you've gotten quite further than anybody should do in their particular instances. Allow me to introduce you to some people.
Mm. I like to think that you came in for an appointment one day, sort of Nick Fury style, and you start we start talking, and then it just leads me to going, there's nothing wrong with your appendix, is there?
Let me tell you about the Obscura initiative.
Keep your voice down, man. Don't you know the copyright lawyers are everywhere?
Yeah, and I guess that would also, if you have been asking around and you have been, as I said, nibbling at the edges, that might be the reason why Emily's character decides to basically use you as the catalyst, because there's that doctor that asks about all the, that asked all about all the weird demon stuff a few years ago.
For me, just in my own headcanon, I was imagining this office that I find her in is my Candela Obscura office.
Oh, wow.
As opposed to my doctor's office.
Yeah, no, it's not the doctor's office. It's literally broken into Candela Obscura headquarters and just was just like, I'm just going to find some answers. Hi!
I will interject. I will interject just because, what you're saying is fine. But I know the last game I ran for you was Fate. You don't have to be connected. Candela Obscura is a organization with dozens, if not hundreds, of members. You're just one team amongst many.
Yeah. I was going to go with Stranger for Emily, as in the connection for me. For Seamus to Brie, Stranger's what I was looking at, because I don't think there's going to be any connection.
But you can be like, if you want to be only 1 or 2 degrees separation away from each other, that's fine. I don't mind if you like collectively kind of brought each other in a kind of way. I'm just saying it doesn't have to play out that way.
Yeah. The question is, I haven't decided this yet. What do we think would be the most fun to play with? Is how far down my obsession path am I? How long has it been since I broke into Christoph's office and went, hello there. I thought I could just come in and get this information and be out. I did not expect you to be here. I'm just gonna go.
So I'm not really prone to violence, but I do have very steady hands.
I'm just gonna go after I take this file off your desk.
Yeah, no, I kind of need that.
That kind of feels like you're leaning towards enemies.
Well, no, I think.
No, I like to think that. Especially if you're wanting to lean towards you are a very supportive person, if that's how you get experience and all that. I think it could be interesting if you diffuse that situation and Bree has basically been holding this all and bottling it all up inside of her, and now she's finally like, wait, I can talk to someone and you're gonna believe me? Okay, here, I'm gonna just tell you everything. And like it'll be the first time anyone's actually believed her, because everyone's just been going, who's Carrie? What are you talking about? And like, I think that could be quite a nice relationship.
I'm envisioning like you sort of, you know, going on this 5-minute rant or something of, you know, just like letting it all out. And then I turn around to talk through the open door of my office out into the corridor and just say, what do you think, Mr. O'Connors?
Well, she's certainly done her homework.
There's 2 of you. Damn, I did not do my research. I am letting myself down.
There's a few of us, but you know.
No, I mean, I didn't expect there to be 2 of you in the room right here, right now.
8 o'clock tomorrow morning, sharp.
I think before we go any further, I will just tell you that
Morning.
the follow-on questions from when you choose a category are quite leading. So there's before you add too many details to this backstory, the game may have other ideas.
Okay, I am either going to go with old friend or co-worker for Dr. Christoph, whatever you think works better, Alex.
So it's interesting.
It's how you view them, not how they view you.
Yeah, again,
That's
it's
true.
one way.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was going to say my immediate instinct is that I view you both as co-workers.
I'm going to view you as an old friend.
I would say.
Are you locking that in?
I'm looking at him. I view Dr. Christoph Yorkdale as an old friend.
Roll me a
He's my
d6.
confidant. Does he actually
Roll a D6. Ooh.
Yeah.
What do I want?
This is a relationship question.
5.
5. Okay. So you guys come from a similar home or background. But your lives obviously diverge at some point. I'm paraphrasing this slightly. So what drove you both away from that shared history? So when did your lives diverge? You have a lot of, like, at a certain point in your life, you had quite a lot in common, and then you both went in very different paths.
Well, maybe old friend's not going to work then in that case.
That is old friend. That's an old friend question. So everything you can see in the camera, everything has 6 questions.
Okay.
And that's one of the old friend questions.
In that case, I might have to bump down to co-worker then. Sorry, Alex.
No, that's fine.
Right. We'll keep the 5 though.
The co-worker instead.
Yeah.
You had a new job opportunity. I think it means outside of Candela.
Oh, okay.
So you had a new job opportunity but didn't want to leave the person behind. What was the other job and why did you stay? So this means you've worked with them before.
If I may briefly interject, I was just going back to the previous old friend role. To my interpretation of that was like similar background.
Yeah.
Parents knew each other, and that's how you're.
I mean, you both grew up rich or something.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was
I
thinking.
mean, if his parents were doing some weird cult shit, your dad might have been there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess the O'Connors and the Yorkdales go way back.
Possibly. I like. Yeah. Maybe I. You know, like.
It might be a case of you guys not putting 2 and 2 together.
Like.
Yeah, you might not put 2 and 2 together until you started conversing as adults, and we're like, hang on a minute. I feel like we spent our summers in a very similar place. These weird.
I put 2 and 2 together because I've been watching Dr. Yorkdale for some time before he was basically recruited in.
That would make
That's
sense.
a little creepy, but.
Well, a little bit. I mean, yeah, and it's
far from the worst thing I've seen over the past few years.
We are the Candela Obscura. Yes, we're creepy as fuck. Because
that is fair. I'm envisioning like over our teenage years, you know, we were at the same dinner party,
Yeah.
once or twice or three, how, very, very
Our
irregularly.
parents are in the same country club, sort of thing.
Yes. And then, we diverged because I moved away to medical school.
And I became a magician.
Both
Different uses of
equally
the-
serious positions in life. I think you can agree.
I mean, one is crucial for bringing joy and laughter to children's birthday parties. The other one fixes gallbladders.
And I thought you were going to say, and the other one is a magician.
You need to work on your patter, Doctor. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, cool.
Your bedside manner is perfect for a surgeon.
So there's a shared history there with whatever this weird cult shit was. And I imagine if there was a divide there, I imagine it's probably your father joined Candela, and I'm gonna say maybe Christoph's parents didn't approve. So whatever their organization was, saw that as a betrayal. At least that's what you believe. That's what seems to be implied.
That works.
And you guys were separated as a result.
Okay.
But that's just you putting two and two together now that you've got more details.
Yeah.
Did you say you wanted to view Emily as a stranger?
I'm coming back to that. I'll
Anybody else got
deciding.
one? We've done one out of
I
6.
So,
I put Christoph as a confidant.
Okay.
Fully just.
Roll me a d6 and let's
Oh
see
wait, I can
where
talk
this
to you.
takes
Oh,
us.
that's nice.
Unless you want to go for a more.
I've only had very basic psychiatric training, but go ahead.
6.
6.
I win. I get a critical question.
This is interesting, actually. You two once got away with something illicit. What was it, and how did it change your lives? I think Emily dragged Alex into something, some kind of caper.
Yes, and you didn't. You assured me I wouldn't have to do anything illegal. You lied.
So the two of you
why
are
do I
bonded
get-
by confident in the sense that you both have this secret that you did this thing.
Why do I get the impression that you're just walking down the street having a talk, and Bree just goes, "Hold this for a second," and hands something to the doctor, to Dr. Yorkdale. He's like, "Okay, what is going on?" But where has she gone? She literally just jumps into a shop, come out with something, and literally just puts it in the sack. Right, keep on, let's going. Like,
I'm thinking
what?
of that moment in Futurama where Bender turns around to the others and goes, "Guess what? You're all accessories too."
Yeah.
I just want, so she, took him on a day trip one time. She's like, we're just going to go out and get coffee because I just want to talk. Also, we need to make sure we take public transport and we keep our stubs. And also, we're going to pay with this coffee with our cards, so we have the receipts. You feel full on, you are my alibi for whatever is happening right now.
I'm not sure that they will cover the expenses, but okay.
No, we just need the receipt. You know, my aunt was an accountant, and she just really drilled it into me to always keep your receipts. It's very important.
Oh, well, no, that does make sense. I am very
Also,
meticulous
I know-
about that myself.
Also, I know it's only like a 10-minute walk away, but I think it's about to rain, so we really need to take the bus and also get the receipt for that.
Suddenly very fastidious.
Okay. I am very happy. I am very happy playing the straight man in this trio.
Yeah, so obviously I like the idea of that she uses him, but also in that way. But also genuinely does have an affection for this person I can just talk to, and they just accept that.
Talk to or talk at?
2.
Okay.
2.
Yeah. What is the things that he gets? Comfort someone. Aid an ally. This is a good person. He's not just going, yeah, okay. He listens to me more than I ever listened to Carrie. which I think maybe says something about that relationship.
In that case, I might change, because my first instinct for both of you was just co-workers, because he's Christoph. He's a very sort of no nonsense sort of guy. But with this now, I might change it to Ward. There is a sort of pseudo elderly sibling responsibility here.
For Emily, you mean? For what's your
Yes.
character name?
Bree.
Bree, for Bree. Okay. Yeah, Ward would
Not
work.
or as I had her down in my initial notes, not Yosafbridge.
So I like the idea that yes, she's occasionally used you as an alibi, but you're not stupid. You've kind of, after the fact, you've twigged like, okay. Okay, if you want to go for Ward, roll me a d6.
5.
5. Ooh, okay, this is interesting. You can no longer support this person in the way you once did. What change? And how have you reacted? Ooh, she crossed a line.
She took him on heists.
I told you these questions were leading, didn't I? And you guys could have known each other for quite a while. But how long you've been working together for the Candela is someone up in the air.
I like to think we've known each other about a year.
But yeah,
I like to think that.
This is a good one.
Either I think I have two thoughts. One is either I spent the night in jail because of you.
That'll do it.
It's character building. Everybody's done it.
Yes, but not every. But
Right?
I am a respected doctor in the community. And the other one was the other one that immediately came to mind was Rui. I am a surgeon, not a therapist. Go to one. I cannot help you with this.
I tried to go to a therapist and they told me I was crazy.
Go to a different, better therapist.
Oh, the Candela Obscura do have therapists.
Do you have health insurance?
Where are we set? UK or US?
Neither.
Neither. We're in the Fairlands. It is very steampunk
Tell me
though.
about the universal
Sort of.
healthcare of this setting.
Yeah, it's sort of a loose Victorian steampunk kind of setting.
So yes, we have health insurance. We don't need it because we've got Victorian steampunk NHS.
Okay, Victorian steampunk NHS, the best kind.
Yep. With leeches.
And spiders in your legs.
And spiders in your legs, but that's
how it works. All right, that's
This
interesting.
is
I like that.
Halloween. This is Halloween.
That's escalated the story nicely. Right, we've still got 3 to get through though.
Wait. So you've come to this conclusion. Have you told me this yet?
What, that you need a therapist?
No, that I can't keep trauma dumping on you, basically.
Well, is it that or the night in jail?
I mean, the night in jail could be what sort of the straw that broke the camel's back, and you're like, no, we can't. I've been letting you get away with a lot. We can't. We can be professional, but we can't. We can't.
But I do like the. I do. Maybe one day I just kind of like whereas before I've been sort of, quite calm and collected and, sort of very good at listening. But then one day when you came to trauma dump on me, I was just in a bad headspace and I just snapped. And ever since then, things have been kind of awkward, perhaps.
Yeah. I think in terms of timeline, I think it would be interesting that that has just happened before the story starts. So we have that sort of background relationship, but that's just happened, like maybe like last week or yesterday even, something like. So now we're in that space of wait. So am I allowed to talk to you or not? Because I don't know what's happening.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Drama.
Give us more drama. Who's got another relationship?
Well, my other one for not Sinead O'Connor's was
Hey, right hairstyle.
like that. I had to. That's why I had to ask the name, because I was like,
nothing compares. Nothing compares to you, Alex.
thank you. Next, I had down as co-worker.
So I think the implication for looking at the co-host questions is that you work together in your regular life, not just Candela Obscura.
Ah,
That's the implication I get from those questions.
okay. In which case, come back to me. I might change it.
Emily, you need. Who do you need?
I need Seamus. I need Seamus.
And
And
Seamus needs
we
you as
haven't
well.
really yeah, we haven't really talked about that relationship at all. Are we basically straight? How?
I think strangers make sense.
Yeah. So I mean, I think if we're going for about a year, that I've sort of been trying to get answers from my doctor friend. How closely do you work with Dr. Friend?
I think our unit, as it were, is probably fairly big, isn't it, Christian?
Your unit is just you guys.
Oh, okay.
Your team is just the
Okay,
three of
so-
you. But there are, and you have access. You have an NPC character called the Light Bearer or Light Bringer. I can't remember what it is. Light Keeper, who basically is your handler. He's your, the Charlie.
Okay,
to
so
the Charlie
if
to
you-
your angels, basically.
So if you've been here, if you've been part of this for a year, then we can't be strangers.
No, we would know each other.
Although you
But
could
then
view each other
co-workers
as
doesn't-
strangers in the sense of like you work together and that's it. You come and you do your
Yeah.
calendar stuff. You don't really interested in knowing each other, anything else about each other. And
Yeah.
one of you could pick that, and it might lead us. It might build us a story that the other one of you picks something else.
Yeah. So I think there would be something about Sinead O'Connor's. Seamus.
You picked a blooming name.
I know, but then Alex said that since I remembered what it actually was. I think there'd be something about Seamus that Bree instinctively doesn't trust. I think the showman, the magician, is exactly the opposite of how she works. Her stuff, she doesn't do social stealth. She does dexterity stealth. Like I purposely chose not to take the ones that were like the con artist and all that stuff. It's more about literally just sneaking in, doing the job, getting out. So I think the flamboyant magician, I think.
Oh, flamboyant's going too far. Just schwa.
You
uh,
could go
doesn't go far
stranger and enemy if you wanted to. You could view Bree as a stranger, and she could view you as an enemy.
Yeah, because I don't know how outright hostile I want it to be, but I think at least at the beginning of the story, I think.
I mean, you guys are still
She
in
had,
the.
like,
You're in mechanically. You're still in the same party, working together. You're not enemies in the sense that you're going to kill each other.
Yeah.
Yet.
It's
Give me an enemy
just
question.
the opposite
I think
of
could be interesting. Might lead us somewhere interesting.
an enemy question.
Enemy is more fun than stranger.
All right,
It just is to play.
roll a d6.
Again, another critical question.
The stranger questions are
I'm
pretty
just
interesting.
really
actually.
good at dice.
You rolled a 6.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. So 6s. You're secretly. Well, it doesn't say secretly, but you're in love with your enemy. What caused these feelings to develop, and why do you keep it a secret?
That's
So you guys have not
actually
gotten
good.
along, and it has caused you to a deep attraction.
Enemies to lovers.
I said enemies to lovers. I talked it into existence. I actually love that. That's hilarious. Because obviously I'm very conflicted about this because this is all about my girlfriend. But oh, there's this stranger and he's against everything I stand for. And it's all an act. And every time he like fake flirts or whatever, it's all he doesn't actually mean it. Oh, but do I wish he meant it? Oh, damn. Oh no. No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm just gonna no. I like that. That's fine.
Oi, for the love of God, make up your mind.
But why do you keep it a secret?
Okay.
It makes sense why you keep it a secret.
Yeah,
What caused these feelings to
I don't
develop?
think I've told Kristoff. I don't think I've told Kristoff.
That's fair, but I do.
Is it so? It's his
Whether
confidence.
Kristoff could read it, I don't know.
It's the confidence that you like, is it?
Yeah, and I shouldn't, because it's so gross and suave, and I don't go for suave, and why? Why? What is wrong? Ugh.
Is this art imitates life by any chance?
No.
Okay, just checking.
See, okay, there is a very random reference that I want to make, but no one will know what I'm talking about, and it's fine because no one else has read as much Arthur and Eames fanfic as I have.
Do you want to keep with Stranger?
I'm
Stranger
Arthur
still
and you're
works.
Eames. The internet might get me.
I mean, I was gonna go with Stranger.
I mean, thematically, from reading the question, it's more like you don't think you know them, rather than like, who is this person who I've been working with for a year?
Yeah, yeah, okay, let's go for that. But let's go for Stranger. Natural crit again.
A 6.
Yeah. You're secretly in love with me too.
No, but combined with that knowledge is interesting. This person has something you want. What is it, and how do you plan to acquire it?
Oh my.
Oh my.
This person is something I want. What is it, and how do I plan to acquire? I
mean, she's a thief. Probably has lots of
Miss
things.
Weathers, you have something I want, if you catch my drift.
yeah. Wow, Miss Weathers, I couldn't help but notice you've got a lovely smile there.
Do you want it?
Yeah, give me your smile.
No, like the idea of like, you have something I want. Oh, really? Yes, the stapler is just on the desk behind you there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so...
That looked really cool on Twitch, actually. I reach over to grab your man.
Like a giant hand.
I've told you before. Seamus, I've told you before, I'm not operating on Miss Winters. You'll have to get your lips from somewhere else.
Yeah, no, what is it and how do you plan to
crikey,
acquire it?
what does Bree have that I want?
This makes sense because it's like there's something like if it's an item or some kind of knowledge or something that she has, you've been getting closer to her to try and acquire it. She's mistaken that for flirting.
Yeah.
But it's really just you like just trying to get what you want.
I tell you what, the device that took her girlfriend, that is something which is basically, that's my family's white whale.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So yeah, you're kind of secretly mining her for her knowledge and her. You want her crazy corkboard of string.
I want the turfless portkey.
He wants that pinboard, and he will get into my apartment by any means necessary.
And you have totally mistaken that for romantic interest. Fascinating.
That sucks so much.
Hey, it's not necessarily not reciprocated.
These are really good. I really like these. These are the really good prompts.
Oh, for the love of God, just fuck already.
Nice.
All right.
Okay.
Everyone got that down?
Wait,
Right.
how old did you say you are?
Me, late 30s.
Okay, I'll make myself like 30 then.
Well, if I'm late 30s, make yourself late 20s. I mean, what's a
I was gonna make myself like 22, but I'm not doing that.
Yeah, don't go creepy. Don't make it creepy, Emily. I was going to make myself 13. Is that okay?
Ah,
Sweet, because it definitely wouldn't be reciprocated then, but it would just be like her having a crush on him.
Okay, that way round's not too bad.
Yeah.
All right,
So, I'm thinking. Again, based on your question descriptions, Christian, either mentor, in terms of mentoring me about Candela Obscura itself, or possibly champion. But champion feels a bit strong.
see what the questions are.
Yeah.
Well, you can always go for
it's-
champion,
it's-
and if you roll a question that just doesn't make sense, then you can downgrade it to mentor.
Let's go with mentor first of all.
Yep, cool.
Mentor. Okay, cool. Go for it. Roll me a dice.
I also crit 6.
Damn,
Yeah.
we're getting all the good rolls, team. This is
Ooh.
we need to save them.
Some of these are like, a lot of these are like relatively like positive, but everyone seems to have like this quirky one. This is the quirky one. So, what lie did this person teach you about the world? And do they know you've uncovered the truth? Hello, MacGyver. Have you come to be on camera?
I'm the guy.
Cat. No, he has come for the food.
He's come to try and eat my bread that was left on the front of me. You like to eat the butter, don't you? So what lie did he tell you? And do they know you've uncovered the truth? So this kind of makes sense, because if he brought you into the organization, there could be a lie connected to that you've realized is a lie.
I'm not sure what this. Well, you mentioned earlier, Christian, the idea that my parents disapproved of O'Connor's senior joining Candela Obscura. And
No, they're not joining. They've always been in. Literally, the O'Connors generation. We're talking grandparents, great grandparents. This is a
This is
familiar.
in their blood.
This is a familial thing.
sorry,
So if not joining, then maybe
me-
your parents wanted to join and they said no, you can't.
You're not cool enough.
let me rephrase, just because this is how what Christian threw in earlier. Or you said something about my parents disapproving of O'Connor's being part of Candela Obscura.
I think if your parents were part of a sort of cult or some kind of a mystical operation, they wouldn't have been fans. They won't be fans necessarily of Candela Obscura. Because Candela Obscura are kind of like the magic police.
Fair. Because so maybe it could be part of that. My instinct
see your butt.
is that I'm not necessarily sure what the lie is, but I'm almost sure that he has found out that it's a lie.
No, I think
Yeah.
I think the question is, if Christoph knows it's a lie, do I know that you know it's a lie? I think is the question.
Yeah. The question is, what lie did they tell you, and do they know that you've uncovered the truth?
Ah, right.
So maybe I told you a lie about your parents. As in, are your parents still alive?
Yes.
You sure?
What about now?
Yeah.
He told you your parents are still alive, and that was a lie.
Oh,
Dark.
they're just on a farm somewhere upstate. I mean, yes, because it seems a very odd thing that. How about
Not that I'm rushing you, Alex, but Twitch caught up with you, just so you know. the delay on Twitch was long enough.
My apologies for actually thinking things through.
Never think things through.
At least not silently when streaming.
No, what are you thinking? What are you thinking?
I'm thinking that my brain moves far faster than my mouth can keep up with. Well, I was thinking, what if not are my parents still alive? Because that seems like something I would know.
No.
Rather,
As in, sorry,
that
was me asking, as in Face asking Alex, "Are your parents alive?" Because the lie could have been about how they passed. Is the question? Is the lie?
Oh.
Yeah, the lie isn't
I was-
whether or not they're dead.
Yeah, it's not like.
Well, what were you thinking?
Hello, hello, son. How are you? I'm fine, thank you. You know, as in,
Well, yes, no, they seem to be acting normally. No, I was thinking, like, are they out of danger?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that could make sense. As if they are.
Like O'Connor's told me that why yes, they've been put into Candela Obscura witness protection.
Or no, I think another way we could go is that you've been brought in because he's told you that your parents have worked with Candela. He's like they're familiar with what they're up to, and you've discovered that actually Candela is spying on your parents and views them as a threat.
Yeah.
Yep.
I can go
But
with that.
part of the recruitment was like, oh yes, we know your parents. We're familiar with some of the curious works that they've been up to. But actually, you've discovered that actually it's because Candela views them as a danger potentially that might require neutralizing in the future.
Well, neutralizing is such euphemistic for killing.
Yes, I am aware.
I prefer to say slaughterifying.
Yeah. I prefer to use the more traditional disembowelment.
Right. So the last thing we need to do, so we can all go to bed eventually. The last thing we need to do is we need to build the aspects of your circle. So the circle is your unit, your trio that makes up your particular unit of Candela who are sent out upon missions. So I require a D6 roll.
From everyone?
Just one D6 roll from whoever gets there first.
3.
3.
3.
It meant to be.
Okay. Alright, let me have a quick background read of this 1 second. Okay. I'm trying to figure out how this works. I think this is your circle's relationship to Candela Obscura. Wait.
It's from Inception.
So the question is, you've never met, but members of your circle are infamous. What do they do and how do you each feel about it?
To each other or to
Or
other people?
other members of the circle.
So I think that
What
narratively,
what if this is talking about our Charlie?
What?
Our Charlie, our light keeper.
Oh.
is shared information about your circle.
Sorry. Face is now looking up things about Arthur and Eames and is now, I think, doubting his entire relationship with me.
Okay.
I have no idea what that's referencing.
So yeah, I'm gonna
Very obscure.
add some context to the wording of this question. So you guys are not hugely familiar with the larger structure of Candela. You're fair, you just kind of do your thing and don't have much outside. But some of you have at least one of you has a reputation. A reputation that precedes you, as it were. It could be you collectively as a group, but if you ever interact with other members of Candela Obscura or some other important figures, or even just like a general kind of fame, because it's infamous. It could be good, it could be bad. At least one of you has a kind of has a little bit of clout behind their name.
I mean,
People say, "Oh,
surely
he's
that's got to be O'Connor's.
Kind
Yeah.
of feels
Yeah.
like maybe, yeah.
Yeah, he's got the family name. People in the organization, he'll
That
say,
could be
"Hi,
as-
I'm Seamus O'Connor,"
Yeah.
and they'll go, "Oh, really? Of those O'Connors?"
Actually, it could be as simple as that. Yeah. You're the family name holds a significant weight.
Can we just please need to sort things out? My name's certainly O'Connor's. Yes, that's right. Thank you very much indeed. Yeah.
And then he writes it down, and everyone goes, "Wait, there's not an H on the end? I always thought there was an H on the end."
No, I was confused about that too, but turns out there's only one C in the name.
I'm happy to go with that. I don't think we need to flesh that out anymore unless you so desire.
Makes sense.
The last couple of things are flavor, and then you get one group ability, one special ability collectively as a group. So you need to name your circle and
Strawberry.
choose... Strawberry.
Strawberry.
Pick a
Circle.
flavor, strawberry.
What? Oh. And then you need to choose the location of your chapter house, as in literally what is the physical location of your home base. Whenever you are called to do a mission, where do you meet?
Sector Sanctorum, sure.
Yeah. So so you need a name for your circle of the something, which will in some way, it can inform how our story goes ahead. I will certainly take it into account if it has some leading terms of it in it. And then your chapter house. So the examples of chapter house: an underground bunker, the empty office in the 4th floor of a medical building, the back rooms of a rundown bar, just wherever your
I'm thinking
secret
for
headquarters are.
circle. I'm thinking for the name. I'm not saying this because it sounds wrong, but something on the theme of, so we've got a magician, sleight of hand, card tricks, we've got a surgeon, okay, and we've got a thief. So the circle of the hidden fingers, the circle of the quick fingers, the circle of the... We're all very dexterous, and our day jobs per se are all about being good with our hands. So is there something that we could use workshopping around that? As a hidden fingers sounds a bit weird.
I mean, it's like Hidden Figures.
Yeah, I don't know. I like there's I like that. There's a commonality there that you all you've all got unique dexterities.
Circle of the
skills.
shadowed hand.
Ooh. Oh,
But I'm guessing
Go for
that
it. Sold. Emily
Well,
sold. I'm in.
I mean,
I'm sold.
cool.
Well, it's better than it's certainly better than Circle of the Hidden Fingering.
True.
That reminds me, it's time for my prostate exam.
why?
Yes, well,
How am I
I'm
in love with this?
Character or you?
yes.
Hidden bookshelf in a library.
I was thinking library as well. I don't know why. MacGyver's back. Hello, MacGyver.
But then we also again have the excuse me, what are you doing in my office? Like the
Yeah, but like I'm assuming she means like
What-
a hidden book opens to a secret room in the library.
yeah, no.
Full floor.
It's a big library.
Yeah, and it's like a sub basement underneath. It's like Castle and Chuck.
I'm into it.
I also like the idea, but it's not like a public library. It's like a medical library or a reference library. You know, it's
Like a university
uh,
medical school library.
Yeah, university library works.
yeah, it's a quote unquote boring library. Or what's the word I'm looking for?
It's not a public library. It's a very. It's a niche. specific.
Innocuous. That's the word I'm looking for.
What was it?
Innocuous.
I like it. So yes, the very last thing. There's one more thing to do, but we'll do that another time because it's I don't have an immediate reference sheet for you to use for it. But the last thing is to choose your circle ability. So this is a special ability that you have access to as a group. So there's 6 options. They are stamina training. Your circle has 3 gilded dice at the beginning of every assignment.
Make really good shadow.
Sorry, Emily had a really dumb idea. Please give us the actual suggestions.
For the circle of the shadowed hand, clearly our ability is that we can make really good shadow puppets.
Yes, if you can bring that into play, then. But yeah, the mechanically relevant ones. MacGyver, you fuzzball. I don't even think of it. So the mechanically relevant ones are: you have 3 gilded dice that you can add each session in any combination. So once they're gone, but they refresh each session. Nobody left behind. When a member of your circle drops incapacitated from taking too many marks, any roll a player makes in the scene to protect them or get them out of danger has +1 dice. In this together, when you spend drive to help an ally on a roll, on a result of 3 or less, you both earn back 1 drive point of your choice. So you get bonuses for helping each other. Interdisciplinary, when choosing a new ability during character advancement, might not be relevant. Once per campaign, each character may choose an ability from a character role or speciality outside of their own. That's probably going to be our least useful one. Resource management, when your circle hits a milestone on the illumination track, earn back 1 of the resource points. Those last 2 probably aren't so relevant because they're about character advancement.
Long term, yeah.
The final one though. Okay, this one's also not really relevant. One last run. When you select this ability, the next assignment is your last. Everyone gets to take all 4 options during character enhancement instead of 2. So basically, you level up twice because the next game is guaranteed to be your last one. So it's the first 3 that I think are the most relevant ones for us. So you can have 3 gilded dice that you can
until
spend.
this becomes a campaign.
Yeah, unless it becomes a campaign, we'll think because you can get more of these later. So yeah, 3 gilded dice that you sort of can spend collectively. You get a +1 dice when you're trying to rescue another member of the group, or when you help another member of the group or an ally on a result of 3 or less. If you fail the roll, basically you get back drive.
I would say that one.
See, I would say that one. We've got a lot of stuff that helps each other out, which does go into it, but more dice to roll.
And they're automatically
What are
gilded.
you referring?
More gilded dice. We get to have.
That doesn't give you more dice to roll. That just gives you drive back.
Just gives us more chances to get drive back.
Yeah. Okay. Shinier dice.
It does give you more dice to roll.
Oh, it does give us more. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
in that case.
You get 3
Oh,
gilded
then
dice
I'm interested
at the beginning of each
this.
assignment, and anyone may add 1 of them to any roll.
So we've got a
Oh, you're
we've
adding.
got a collection
so
of 3
it's-
dice.
So it's not like how the normal gilded dice work. You
Um,
add that in addition to your roll.
And once
Yeah.
per session, we can eat.
Okay.
Once per
That's
session,
fun.
we've got like as in, oh damn, oh this roll's got to succeed. Right, okay,
Let's
Alex,
use one of these.
have one of the gilded dice for this one. We're gonna need it.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. That sounds good.
Yep.
Stamina training. Okay, is there a space for this on here somewhere? Put it in notes, I guess. Stamina training. And I'll find out if there is a circle sheet somewhere. Probably is one somewhere. Oh no, I've got to go looking for another character sheet. Looking for character sheets. And that's it. The only last thing is to assign resource points, but resource points are for how you sort of level up. So we don't need to worry about that just yet. But basically, in the short version is that when you at the end of each assignment you level up, which means that you can spend your resource points to refresh your to heal your wounds, to refresh your drive, to do other things as well.
Remove the spiders from your legs.
Remove the spiders from your legs. So yeah, so they kind of trying to adjust this now so that. But that's about the size of it. We have our 3 characters. I liked that once we got to like the background stuff. I liked the prompts. I think they were
Yeah,
really
that's a good way of doing it.
quite good at prompting ideas, weren't they?
I have not that I'm mentioning the wizard game, but I have generated a couple of characters using Xanathar's, and it has something very similar to it. You roll dice to help decide how many siblings you've got and what you know, and it does help generate backstories. And you're not wrong. There is something about, you know, because I had no intention of basically, you know, being an old school member of the Candela Obscura until this. You know, Emily had no intention of her sapphic character having a thing for this suave and sophisticated magician.
Emily just falls in
Well,
love with
you're
whoever
right
she's working with.
Well, you're right. You're right about the second part.
Showmance.
Showmance.
Cool beans.
I just the hand to go across.
All right. You were watching it on the Twitch now, just to see that.
It does look stupid, and I like it. Yeah.
Oh dear. All right. Well, that was character creation, guys. I think we've got some interesting
fun. I liked
options
it.
there. Yeah, I enjoyed that as well.
Thanks, Matt.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Make your character sheets easier to use, though,
Yeah.
and
Get
find.
your lives together. But also thank you.
Yes. I just think it's odd to not have a digitally available version of a character sheet in this day and age. Like, especially a brand new game like that as well. That seems like that's a choice, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, fair enough. But yeah, no, that was good fun, and I'm looking forward to playing
splendid.
with you guys on Sunday. Ooh.
Indeed.
They're
Woo!
gonna build us.
What
I
could
was
possibly go wrong?
yeah.
Was it 3, Alex?
What could possibly go wrong?
Everything.
Nothing. It's
So I'll
fine.
take these elements and I'll build a game out of them for Sunday.
Shame that Fiona couldn't be here.
Yeah, but never mind. She is keen to play, so I'm sure I'll get another one going at some point.
Oh, if it goes more, then she can be a. Well, what don't we have? We don't have a weird or a
strong person.
or a strong
Or a muscle, or
Muscle.
a
no, just
Yeah.
weird. Yeah, weird,
Weird and
weird
muscle.
and muscle. We don't have.
She could probably do a pretty good weird.
Do you know what?
That's a compliment.
Speaking of that, where is Vic?
Well, on that note, I will say goodnight. We'll be back on Sunday.
Check in, like,
And,
and subscribe.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for YouTube stuff. Do the YouTube things. I'll film an outro for YouTube. It's fine. But yeah, thanks everyone that watched, and we'll be back on. If you see this before Sunday the 18th, we'll be back to play again. Boom. Bye. Hope you liked that. Please do like and subscribe and keep an eye out for the actual one-shot that will be going up on this channel soon. And as I said in the intro, jump by my Twitch, check out my Twitch schedule. And if you get a chance to watch some of these games live, then please do. It's an interesting platform, and I think I could really make something on there just to kind of keep my brain turning all the time. Always like to be creating. So yeah, thanks for watching. The end.